Alright, hey folks, hope everyone's doing good on this fine day. And a special hello to all the gamers, my fellow gamers out there in the video game community. Um, just wanted to share my few thoughts when it comes to the PlayStation 4, the next gen console coming from Sony. Um, did not get a chance to view the live stream of the press conference that Sony put out, but I did get a chance to take a look at some of the news and some of the reactions that other people in the video game community has shared. And for the most part, for what I've seen, it's kind of a positive to mixed reaction, and I think that's good. I think that's cool that instead of having a negative reaction, in many cases would be a bad thing for Sony. But uh, the reason why I say mixed to positive is really a few things because how can I say this? Well, it's great that that they're going to have great graphics and great CPU and great internal specs for what they revealed in this conference, but I think the biggest thing for me is an issue that has been going around the internet involving next gen consoles from not just Sony but from Microsoft for their next systems is the news involving the fact that they could have some type of coding or some type of technology put in their consoles to which they would basically, have a disc with which you buy the game, and then that disc becomes solely on the console that you buy, which would virtually kill the pre-gaming, the pre-owned gaming stores or the mom and pop stores, and I would have to say even more of the rental stores. The ones that are left, either Blockbuster or even the mom and pop stores out there, which to me would be extremely damaging, to be an extremely bad idea. I've the games that I bought that I own for my Xbox 360. Two good examples: Ghostbusters, the video game, and of course Batman Arkham Asylum. I did not buy straight away. I did, however, rent both of them, played them, enjoyed them, took them back, and bought them. And I don't get the logic of the idea of potentially for both either or both from Sony and Microsoft to have that type of thing to virtually kill the pre-owned gaming stores and the rental stores. I just don't see the logic in that. And for me to, because I've been thinking about getting a Wii U for the longest time. I love the idea of what the Wii U and Nintendo has to offer. Some people have their misgivings and all that about Nintendo, which, it's not a big deal to me, but I think that, this is something that, Nintendo has something to offer, and in my personal opinion, Sony and Microsoft has to have a very convincing argument for me not to buy one. And, you know, the biggest issue that they have to address within the next several months, either this year's E3 or whatever, is just flat out address it, as basically say this is not going to happen or this is going to happen. Because if it's going to happen, either Sony or Microsoft, I will not buy their next gen consoles. Plain and straight out. I mean, I don't care if they have superior graphics. I don't care if they have superior social abilities within their online community, either the Xbox Live or the PlayStation Network. I don't care either way. If I can't go out and rent a game like say the next Halo or the next God of War on PlayStation to just try it out, and if it's something that comes straight out and I hate, but I can't take it back or I can't do that because that disc becomes virtually worthless. I think that's an extremely bad idea and very dumb for Sony and Microsoft to have. So, while I think it's great that they've come out with the PlayStation 4, well, I think it's great that they're going to have all these cool little features for their console. But the only thing is, if this issue is going to be a part of their thing, then I either going to buy a Wii U or I won't buy a console at all. I mean, I do own a system within the generation of gaming, which is this, a Nintendo 3DS. And I gotta be honest, it's a pretty darn good system. You can't see that right now. There you go. Um, if it comes with the eighth generation of me just owning that Nintendo 3DS, then I'm fine with that. You know, but I don't want to go long. I want to just share my thoughts about it. I think it's great that Sony is jumping there, putting their hand in the mix. Um, I find it funny that in their press conference they pulled a Nintendo of such and not showing they're not showing their console and just showing their their um their gamepad, their I can't think of the controller. It's be like just saying, "Oh, here's the next PlayStation," and they just show their freaking controller. Now, obviously, this is an Xbox controller. That's beside the point. I'm just using this as an example. Um, but and it's funny that happened. But and a lot of people are upset. But I understand the reason why. Maybe they haven't got their final design of the console yet. But I'm digressing. I think we'll just have to wait and see when it comes to them. When it comes to this PlayStation 4. But again, my concern is if this issue involving the pre-owned rental issue is if it's going to happen, then I will not buy a PlayStation 4. This will be, of course, the second straight generation of video games where I will not buy a Sony product. I did not buy a PlayStation 3. I hated the fact it was overpriced. And even adding to that, their little hacking issue with their online service a few years back didn't help that either. So either that or I don't own a PlayStation for the second straight generation. So take with it as you will. So I'm going to stop right here. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I shall talk to you guys next time. So live long and prosper, folks. Goodbye.